Apple finally did it. We finally have a Pro camera app for the iPhone and the iPad, and it's all thanks to Final Cut Pro. Let me explain. So as someone who reviews a ton of smartphones for a living, I've been able to shoot and experience a lot of the modern camera smartphones that are available in the market. Until this day, I think the iPhone 15 Pro and the iPhone 15 Pro Max still offers the best video on any smartphone. Now, the iPhone may not have a 1-inch sensor or have the best ultra wide or telephoto camera, but it's definitely the most consistent in terms of frame rates, colors, bit rate, and quality. And then when you shoot in ProRes Log with these phones, it just takes mobile video to a completely different level. The only thing that Apple was missing here on the iPhone is a proper Pro camera app, one that's built by them. And starting today, Final Cut Camera is finally available that can give you manual controls for your white balance, your focus, your exposure, and you also have the ability to change your codecs, frame rates, and color space on the fly. Now, I know that all of that can be done through third-party apps like the Blackmagic Camera app, but what these apps don't have is this, Live Multicam, which is a game changer in my opinion. So with Final Cut Camera and Final Cut Pro for iPad 2, this gives people like me the ability to control multiple iPhones and iPads on a single device, monitor them, change controls, and hit record using just one device, which is what this iPad Pro is for. And the crazy part about this experience too is that there's little to no lag when you're monitoring your feed. And from what I understand, this is using some sort of point-to-point Wi-Fi technology and Bluetooth so that, the iPad Pro that I'm using can talk to the iPhones that I'm using as cameras, and I can control all of their settings on the go. And the awesome part about this live multicam feature is that you don't even need to be connected to a Wi-Fi network to get this to work. So even if you're out on the road or you're at a studio without having access to, Wi-Fi, you can still connect your iPhones together with this iPad, which is awesome. But another cool thing that Final Cut Camera can do alongside the Final Cut Pro 2 app is that when you're done filming your video and you stop recording, this will automatically sync all your footage with your cameras that you have connected, compile it as a multicam, and you can edit those files right away in Final Cut in a proxy format. But as you're editing, the full resolution files are actually being airdropped in the background, so you don't have to manually send it from each iPhone, which I think is a game changer. Plus, Final Cut Pro for iPad 2 now supports SSDs, so if you don't have enough space on your iPad, you can just have those high-res files saved onto an SSD if you're shooting on an iPhone 15 Pro or Pro Max. You can plug in that SSD and you can edit off of that external drive inside Final Cut Pro. Now, let me give you guys a quick tour of what my setup is like here for my multicam setup, because I've actually been using this for a couple of weeks now and it's been really awesome. So I actually have this set up as a multi-purpose top-down rig for unboxings, and basically I use 3 iPhones. And I know that sounds overkill, but hear me out. I have one on the right side of the table which is used for Reels or TikToks, and it's the iPhone 15 Pro Max. And then up top I have an iPhone 15 Pro which is recording in a 16:9 format in ProRes Log so I can match the footage with my actual camera. And then for the last iPhone, it's an iPhone 15 Pro, and I can either use this for short form and YouTube just so I have a backup shot that I can cut to if I need, an extra B-roll shot. Now, I know it might be a little bit overkill, but you can never have enough B-roll to make your videos more interesting. And yeah, that's the new Final Cut Camera for the iPhone and iPad. Now, in case I didn't mention it earlier, you will need an iPad with Final Cut Pro for iPad 2 to get this thing to work in terms of the live multicam feature. And I'll leave a list of compatible devices in the description below so you can check whether your devices are compatible. Now, one thing I would love to see in a future update though is to see some sort of ProRes Log to Rec 709 conversion button, or some live preview button with the correction LUT applied when previewing clips that are shot in ProRes Log. Because right now, if your iPhone is shooting in ProRes Log, your preview on the actual iPad is also going to be in Log. And for me, I want to be able to see the video as if it was corrected with a conversion LUT applied. But what do you guys think of this new Pro app from Apple? Are you guys going to use it? Let me know in the comments down below, and yeah, I'll see you all in the next one.